The Third Wheel is the third book in Jeff Kinney's series. It follows Greg Heffley as he navigates the ups and downs of middle school, including one of the most dreaded events in the school calendar, the Valentine's Day dance. Greg's story actually starts long before he entered middle school. In fact, it begins at his birth. As a baby, he was often overlooked due to his mom. And Dad's preoccupation with Manny, his little brother who was always the center of attention, Greg felt that his difficult childhood is the reason he's so awkward now. He blames his mom for forcing him into weird baby classes instead of letting him enjoy his life. She also made him do something she called tummy time, which he hated. All this makes Greg feel like he's doomed to be an underdog forever. Now, in middle school, Greg is pretty much a nobody. He has some small victories, like when he becomes editor-in-chief of the school newspaper. But he's quickly demoted to a position that involves fetching coffee. He's also failed at joining the student government. His only solace is his best friend Raleigh, who's as dim-witted as he is. Then comes the Valentine's Day dance. Greg sees it as the perfect opportunity to finally become popular. But first, he needs a date. Desperate for a solution, he asks Raleigh if he'd be interested in going together. Greg reasons that two best friends attending the dance together and be any weirder than a guy going with his pet turtle. Raleigh likes the idea and the two become wingman, searching for a suitable candidate. They ask out Abigail Brown, who accepts, making it an official double date. On the day of the dance, Greg gets a terrible haircut, puts on a fancy shirt, and borrowed from his dad, and asks his mom for money so he can buy dinner for both of them. At the restaurant, Greg orders the most expensive thing on the menu and promptly gets food poisoning. The waiter also mistakes Raleigh for Abigail's boyfriend, which makes Greg feel even more humiliated. At the dance itself, things go from bad to worse. Greg undanced and soon finds himself spending most of the night alone, while Raleigh and Abigail have the time of their lives. Greg realizes with horror that he's become the third wheel. After the dance, Greg feels miserable. To make matters worse, Raleigh and Abigail start dating, and Greg is left out in the cold. By the end of the book, Raleigh doesn't even acknowledge Greg's feelings. Greg is forced to accept that love may not be in the cards for him, at least not yet. No. For now, he'll just stick to being the middle child.